piece of white. So in no particular order, I just grabbed them off the shelf as I walked around. This beautiful one is from Tanya, my friend Tanya. Gorgeous. Here's the old Santa that we used to have. This one's from Gail Zanker, the old Rudolph that we used to have. This one is from my lovely friend Denise. Isn't she clever? I have not actually done one of these. She's worked that out, and it's very, very clever. This is a different friend, Denise, to the one I showed you last week. So that is gorgeous. This one's from Margaret. I've got two Margarets. This one's from Margaret Clements. Oh, and both the Margarets are together. And this gorgeous one is from my lovely friend Marg, who used to be a demonstrator. I got that this morning. Isn't it gorgeous? So simple, yet so beautiful. This one from my upline, Cheryl O'Brien. It's rather cute. She's used, that's, oops, it's got a bit bent. That's she must have done a one sheet wonder, I think. And there's Christmas bells underneath. I showed you this one last week. This is from my other friend Denise, so Denise from Benalla. This one is absolutely stunning. Oops, got dust on there. Maybe I need to dust using the Peaceful Cabin, which I haven't actually really used myself, I'm ashamed to say, just without being able to have in-person classes. And it looks like she's got a bit of dazzling diamonds thereabouts, and when you open it up, she's done, see what she's done? And it's all layered. I just love, love, love that one. Thank you, Kay. This one's from Marlene Robbins, another demonstrator. And I love how she's done this one too. I'm actually have put these tags on my next order because they're just, look at the stitching. Everything about this card is just perfect. And she's used, I think that's from this set. She's used Christmas, and then she's used cookies from the, the cookies and chocolate set. So isn't that clever, the way she's put that together? And this one is from my beautiful friend Rhonda. Look at that. Isn't it stunning? She's paired with the brass. I love the brass that we used to have. I don't know why Stampin' Up got rid of it. She's paired that with the gold. And doesn't that look nice together? And she's just used a wreath stamp. I think, yeah, the wreath one. I didn't get that one this year. Beautiful. Look at the beautiful embossing, gold embossing, and the embossing of the snowflakes. Just beautiful. And this one is from my beautiful friend Judy. She knows I love pink, so she decided to do a pink card. She's used the poinsettia, some more embossing, and I think you call this a book, an open book or a book. It's a book something or other card. So yeah, so we all had a cup of tea together the other day and swapped cards and little gifts. It was lovely. I'm actually having some more friends pop in next week for coffee, so that will be really nice. Okay, so tonight I'm going to, where's my trimmer? Over here. I'm going to show you how I created it's actually called, these ones I did today. Now anything could happen tonight because I don't know how many times I messed up this morning. So this one, I did one for the girls that I met the other day. I did two different sizes, but none of them are here. I'll have to get Rhonda to measure hers. Rhonda or Jude to, Oh no, hang on. Rhonda's was a different size. I think actually Rhonda's was a different size to this. So I've actually done, oh no, Judy's was this size. So, and this one was my first one, and you can see where I wrecked it. It went all right till then. Then I got a bit, waylaid and or confused and couldn't finish it. So I'm just going to measure, because what I found, and I've nearly always found this problem, when I find a cute different box to make, they never tell you what the finished size is. So I'm here to tell you that this one, the finished size, this was Jan B's tutorial. I'm pretty sure I'll put on my blog all the measurements of the other boxes, and hopefully I'll put the finished size. So that one, the finished size was 6.5. So I put some hand cream in there for the girls I met the other day. This one, the finished size is 3 inches. Well, actually, let me just... So this is how it opens. You go up like that, and you can do that. And what I've got in there is I've got 4 lint balls. So how we get in there is we pull that right up. The girls' ones I made the other day, I was able to get a small bottle of hand sanitizer in. I just wanted to, these boxes were so cute, so I just wanted to keep making them. Oh, what have I done? No, I haven't got it pushed down. There we go. There we go. So that's all closed up, and that's ready for the girls next week. Okay, and that's the size I'm doing tonight. All right. So I'm not sure which... Yeah, that way is the 8-inch way, I'm pretty sure. Now you can do this, I'm using DSP. The other ones I did the other day, as you can see, I used cardstock, and I used the Designer Series paper. That's just retired paper, because I wasn't sure whether I'd be clever enough to work it out. Easy to muck it up, I can tell you. So anything could happen. I think I'm just tired, just really tired. So I'm going to go across this way at 8 inches. I'll just pop this light on. Just making sure that's all lined up. Something seems to be not quite right here. Of course, you can use your scoring board as well. So make sure that's lined up at 8 and it's all flat. So 8. And across this way at 8.5. But if you wanted to use your A4 cardstock, you certainly could, because you would make this size 8 1/4, which is the size of the DSP. So this is the side that I want to do my scoring on. And then you would just have a quarter inch, yes, a 1/4 inch tab instead of a 1/2 inch tab. So then this one, we're going to go, I think I'm going to go down the bottom here for a start off. Quite simply, let's get my stuff out the road. We're just going to go on the 8.5 side, 8.5 inch side, we're just going to go score at 2, 4. And by the way, this is the, what does she call herself? The Paper Pixies. Julie someone, I'll have to look up her name, because she calls herself the Paper Pixie. This is where I got these. Well, firstly I saw it come up on Jan B's YouTube, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. I wonder if I could do that. So that was the larger box I showed you. And Jan has worked out how to do the larger box. There are other people that have got, so 2, 4, 6, 8. There's heaps of tutorials out there, but a lot of them don't tell you the next measurement. I nearly used my cutting blade then. I think my scoring blade came off and I popped it back on. I think I've popped it in the wrong, in a different position. Now then, with the, where is it? It's going to be hard to see on this, isn't it? With the 1/2 inch score line down the bottom, there's my instructions. I'm going to score along the other side at 2, 5. I'll come up here. 5, 6 and 7. And 7. I just like to fold my score lines so that I can see them more easily. We'll need to burnish them as well. This to start off with. I'm not quite sure which side I want to the outside. I was going to have this side, this folded down. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And then with the 1/2 inch side to the right hand side, that's important because we're going to make little tick marks. How can I explain? I don't know whether you can see the score lines. We're going to make little tick marks at the halfway mark between all of these 2 inch sections here. So if we had that round the other way and we went to 1 inch there, it wouldn't be halfway. So it's just easier if you do that. And then on the second score line, I'm actually going to burnish all of these because I probably forget if I don't. I'm not paying too much mind to which way they go. Just, you can always flip it over to the other side if you need to. Just if I've burnished them, well, I know that I've done that. I should have waited till I'd finished with my trimmer, shouldn't I? Never mind. And this is the Eden's Garden paper, which is not going through to the new catalogue, to the new mini. The stamp and die set is, but not the, this is being hard to get along with. Who have we got here? Got anyone else? Hi, Margaret. Hi, Maria. Hi, Marie. If anyone lives in Kerrang and would like to come to a class, now I'm trying to, okay, I think I'll be able to see that better. Oops, it's this way. I've got to just check myself. So I was going to check on my template. So on the second score line, you can see it easier on this piece of retired pink. So see my score lines there. So on the second one, you want to fold that down. So there's 1, there's 2. So fold it down like that, just checking that I'm right. And with this 1/2 inch side there, so I need to turn it that way so I can see to do my little scores. You're just going to put, you can use a pencil, just do whatever you feel comfortable with. I was finding my, there we go again, I've got that up the wrong way. I was finding my bone folder or my scoring tool wasn't going to fit in there, so in between the track, so I just used my scoring blade here, and hopefully I can see that. Yeah, so you've got to go at the 1 inch. So we're just going halfway between all of these other score lines, but we're just doing a tick mark to give us a guide for where we need to cut. So that's at 3. So it's 1, 3, 5 and 7. Just halfway between all of those. 5 and 7. I'm not really caring if I'm going, just want to be able to see that. I can't actually see them. Can I see it on the other side? No. You see that one? I think I'm going to have to mark that with my ruler because I can't, and a pencil because I can't actually see where I've put those tick marks. So it's just get a sharp pencil. 1, 3, 5 and 7, just to give us a guide of where to cut. So then again with this down the bottom, we're going to cut from this little tick mark to the edge of that score line there. I'll do one and I'll show you what I've done. So from there, see that score line there, from there to there. Then you're going to cut up this one to the score line. Then you're going to cut from that pencil line to, actually I might get a bigger pair of scissors to do that, so I can do it all in one go. So from that pencil line should just cut out, and it's not behaving. And the same again, cut up here and then across from my tick mark. Sure everyone can see that. Sometimes these just fall out and sometimes you've got to work at it. Again, cut up to your score line and from your tick mark down, or across really, not down, isn't it? Probably better to get into your corners with the Stampin' Up scissors because they're great for that. Got it. Now with this one, this section here, I've just got to check myself. This, we're going to angle this one. This is the bit where I got mixed up on my first one. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or trying to do it while Jan was doing it or what, but I messed up what I was meant to do there. And then so this one, so this is our side one, which, let's come up there with our big scissors, which becomes our tab, okay? So that's why I've angled up a bit more. And it's still not, it's hard to see. There we go. So that, oops, what have I done there? I've done the tab the wrong way, haven't I? Oops. I have, I've come down too far, guys, so you won't make that mistake, will you? It'll still work, it'll just be, I'll have a little bit of a gap there. Now, I need to, these ones here, on the one next to the tab, I cut them a bit shorter because that's cardstock. I'm not going to with this one because it's designer series paper. I'm actually just going to do some little tabs on these two. This one, and so just do some little miters, not tabs, but they'll become little tabs. You guys know what I mean. So I'll cut up here. So I'm making this one here kind of alternate which ones are your tabs, just so that they pop down nicely when you put your box together. Now, we're pretty much done, I think, as long as I haven't messed anything up. Now, let me just think about this. Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay. Okay, do we want... Do we want it that way? That way, or do we want it that way? What do you think, guys? That's not helpful, Glenda, because I just changed it. That way, with the dark outside, is that what you mean? Dark green, okay, great. Someone's made a decision, goodness. Now, when you close your tab, this is another thing I kept messing up on. You must have your, and I kept doing it over and over again. Hey, hang on, what have I done here? Oh, yeah, that's all right, that's my tab. It's just that it's a 1/2 inch one. I wasn't used to seeing a 1/2 inch one because most of mine were done with cardstock. Yeah, you've got to fold. I don't know whether people said that or whether I just missed it. I'll blame myself. They probably said it and I probably just missed it. So you need to have this top piece folded down, okay, before you glue this. Because there was a couple that I had to try and carefully pull apart because I used some stronger glue. I didn't use wet glue. Only when I messed up I used wet glue. So close your tab. And then because you've got the tab there, look, I've got glue everywhere because it's actually warmed up a bit today. It's really cool yesterday, but today's been quite warm. Because that's just going to make sure that's actually stuck. Going to come our way or anywhere. Because that's our tab there, we probably want that on the back. So where's our... So therefore this will be the front, so that's where your glue goes. So you're going to pop these two down that have got a bit of a mitre, and then this one, and then you're going to put the glue on your back piece. You could glue them all, but you really don't need to. So then you should be able to close that carefully like that. You might need to get your bone folder in there. So, and that is almost it, guys. We're almost done. Now the next most important thing is you must have this, and sometimes it sticks on there like that's doing. You must have this pushed down before you tried to glue. I tried to glue my first one before I pushed it down. And obviously I don't listen and I don't watch. I just think, oh, I know what I'm doing. I just go right ahead. I actually watched the Paper Pixie, the bit where she did this, and she tells you in the video. See this bit here? Just grab my pointy thing. It's not quite, I was trying to make it meet that edge. She tells you that it doesn't quite meet that edge, so don't worry about that. So when you put your glue on, you don't put your glue right to that edge, just put your glue in here. Have you glued yours properly, Denise? Because I didn't have Denise's glued up quite as well as what I should have. Well, I used tear and tape and it didn't quite hold. So there we go. How simple and easy is that? Well, I hope I made it look simple. Now, I don't know whether I've got my back on the right. Oh, well, that's good. I did have it on the right spot. So I thought I'd just make a quick little... What do I do with my mat now? Oh, it's up here. A quick little for you. I'm a bit over Christmas. I'm not... Yeah, I just didn't want to do any more Christmas. I've done what I need to do. So this one, I thought if I just put just for you, if I need it for Christmas, I can use it. But if I don't, I can keep it for someone's birthday, can't I? Now, I've got a little block here. So I thought I might... it's a bit of fluff. I might use my favourite green. Well, one of my favourite greens. Oops, you didn't want to stay on there, did you? I've just used my circle framelits to cut out a couple of circles here. Sorry if my head's in the road. I had a couple in case I messed it up. That's pretty good. Just grab my chamois and clean that off. And also cut out a... Oops, make sure that's dry before you handle it. I've got smudged everywhere, won't I? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to... If I can still do that. Maybe I can. I was going to sponge around that. Because these little, the tiniest circle framelits, for me, they don't leave much of a border. I prefer if they left a little bit more border. Can you do this without getting glue all over? So this just will give it just a bit more definition. Okay. Stick him on there. And we could put some ribbon behind him, could we? I'll just grab, you won't want, actually, got the light green one here. What about some of that? Let's just see whether that looks any good or not. Let's have glue on me. I've got a bit of fluff stuck. Might be overkill if we do that. We could do that, or where's my gold? No, I think that's a bit thick. What about doing that? that's nice. We could do the green. What do you think? I think the gold stands out better than the green, doesn't it? We don't need much, we just need Are you telling me what you think? I like the green, Denise. Do you? Feels to me like it fades into the background, but maybe that's okay. All right, we'll go with the green. Go with the green? Okay. We can do that. Just gonna, oopsie. Trying to do something like that. Put some glue on the back of you. Right. Now, I did have a packet of dimensionals floating around here somewhere. I'm not very organised. Got stuff everywhere. Yeah, had some bigger ones. What have I done with them? There was a whole packet. Oops, here they are. I haven't put them in my little slot for them just yet, because I haven't needed them until now. That's why. I think just one will do. And I'm going to put a bit of glue on there, just so things don't fall off. Making sure I've got the back of the box at the back. And we can use, did I put those, where did I put, oh here we go. I didn't put them in my containers because they're not staying around. I might just use this little one that's come adrift there, and I think that's all we need to do on there. Excuse me, I'll leave them to the side. Do we do our matching card? So who's going to make one of them? I actually put, yeah, I showed you the chocolates I put in there for another friend who's yet to receive hers. I could pop 4 chocolate frogs in hers, so quite happy about that. So there's, I'll pop a photo of the template up. There are, as I say, there are lots around, so well, there's another little one I made, but that was the one I stuck before I folded this bit down, so it was a bit bodgy, so I thought, oh, I can't give that to my friend. I'll do another one. That can be my sample to refer to if I forget how to do it. Now, where's my card? So I'm going to make a card using the Basic Borders set. So what I'm going to do, I haven't even showed you what I'm using tonight, have I? So you probably saw the stamp I grabbed out before, which I'll put away now if I can find it. Oh, it's here. Was from Sweet Strawberry. It's all about the fruits tonight. It's just because that was easier to. That was the one I grabbed for the sentiment, and for this card, I'm using the Happy Birthday from this one because I love the font and it just fits nicely where I wanted a sentiment. Okay, I'll pop them to the side. Don't need that yet. So what I'm going to do with basic borders, just going to pop over to the die cutting machine. I've got it set up on a piece of, you know, that rubber stuff so it doesn't move. So all I'm going to do, I'll grab the platform and I'll just show you what I'm going to do. So before I cut it, I'll give you the measurements for that. So it's just a normal card base, which is 10.5 by our A4 cut in. No, it's not our A4 cut in. Yes, it is our A4 cut in half, which is 14.85. This soft succulent piece is 14.3 by 9, and this piece of DSP is again 14.3 by 7 centimetres. Okay, so I'm just going to line those up exactly together. Grab my platform. So I've got my platform number 1, I've got number 2, I've got my base plate, and I've got these together like that. You could cut them separately, but I thought if I can cut them together, I will. I'm going to pop that there, like so. Probably when I get over there, I'll use a bit of washi tape. I've got it here. Let me just show you that. Oops, and I moved it, didn't I? Putting it along these pieces because they're the pieces I'm going to discard, so if it happens to rip, it won't matter. When I take it off, I mean, it's not going to rip going through, but if it rips that piece of paper, it's not going to matter. So I'm just going to run that through the die cutting machine, like so. I'll just pull all that off. That's okay. And these are called basic borders, and they are in the annual catalogue, okay? Now, I haven't actually made this card. I'm just winging it tonight. So I think I want that down closer to the fold, about an even border. And then I want to layer that just on there. And then what else did I have ready? I had some of these cut back on top. We're all talking now. It's just there's a bit of a lag, so I'm not seeing your comments till straight away. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just not sure if I'll like it if I cut any more off that. put my sentiment there. We've got some leaves. So I thought, this is what I was thinking. That, do we like that? Go with that. So if I cut any more off that, it's going to look bare because of the cardstock. We'd have to put, so it would come down like that. Not obviously, that would be in line with the edge, and then you'd have to put you could use either the white or the green, I guess. And I was thinking ribbon on this one as well. What are we saying? Pretty as is, leave it. Yeah, I think so. That's easier. You can tell I don't like decisions, can't you? Just that there's so many ways that you can do things, so many different ways you can make a card. Because with my other one, I'll show you in a minute, I actually added another piece of, I'm trying to get that lined up. Stop talking and get it lined up, woman. I'll show you when I'm finished this one. Otherwise I'll get myself confused. Not hard to do. Now, to decide whether I wanted to do some ribbon before I pop that on. So this is going on here, closer to this edge. You don't know, up here. So do I need some ribbon? Would look nice, I think. And sentiment over the top. I think yes for the ribbon. You guys agree? Yes for the ribbon. I'm cutting. Because the sentiment's going to go over the top, I'm just going to put the adhesive on either end, and I'm going to put my ribbon so that the edge of that, I'm just going to come down a bit, goes across the join so that you don't see it. Okay. Now I'm just going to put that on there. I think I'll use snail. I'll usually pop some tape on there so the ribbon doesn't go walking anywhere. This is a really quick card. These border dies are beautiful. Tend to forget about the products in the annual catalogue once the mini comes around, and now there'll be a new mini and we'll be concentrating on that, and poor old annual gets neglected. So I've decided to concentrate on the annual now. I want it to go up here so I can make a nice border with this all the way around. And I could have popped that up, but I didn't want to. Now, for this, I'm going to stamp my happy birthday. If you don't know whether something's going to fit, what I did was I just took my annual catalogue, went through that, till I found, there was a few happy birthdays I could have had, but I was after a nice font. So once I found the Sweet as a Peach one. I thought, yes, that's pretty. I'll have that. There's lots of greetings, but they've got to fit where you want them to fit. Now, I'd forgotten this tip. I think I was watching, haven't watched her for a while, Rachel Tessman, I think it was, that said if you hold, put your sentiment on the block that way, then you can see whether you're in the centre and whether you're level or not. And I thought, oh, I'd forgotten that tip that you told us. I wondered why I had been doing that. So I thought, right, I need to do that because I was in the situation where when you have the block that way, I couldn't see whether I was in the centre or not. So I love how when Stampin' Up, everyone shares or most people share their tips happily and freely. What did I do with the... Oh, there. I didn't put them away. Now, do we need this little gold leaf? I'll texture it and we'll see. This is actually out of the brass. Just the one leaf, do you think? Yep, I've done the ribbon, Denise. Not sure whether we need that. Did I cut any other ones out? Let's have a look in my little scrappy thing here, see if I've got anything else. Or whether we need to do a green one or something. Dark green, maybe. What's this? No, that's holly. I don't want holly because it's a birthday. No. Nothing in that one. Let's have a look in the other one. Yes, I've got one of these leaves out of that paper, whatchamacallit paper, the cotton paper. Well, that looks pretty. I've got another one. Surely I've got another one. Oops, here's a dark green one. Don't think we want 1,000 though, do we? Oh, that one. No, it's okay. It's all intact. I think I might use, that's more subtle. It's more that colour, isn't it? I might use that actually. So I'll put some snail on there and then position these. It's a bit hard to get the glue on this cotton paper. And if I bring the gold one just down a bit, yeah, I'm happy with that, I think. A couple of dimensionals. Probably noticed my ribbon was a bit wiggly there. Well, doesn't matter because I'm putting, oops, I didn't get in the centre there, did I? Need my tweezers to see where the centre is. It's about right there. And we just need some of these gem type things. These, what are they called? Garden gems. Yeah. Now, where we're going to put them. These are all the same size. I might put one either side. How about that? These also aren't going into the next catalogue. I've got that right, I hope. Bit crooked. Stay. Stay. There we go. Just got 2. I know we usually do 3s, but it's a bit difficult with that shape. It might look a bit odd if I put one somewhere else, I think. All right, for the inside, I thought I was going to stamp. Am I going to stamp or am I going to put DSP? Let me find Eden's Garden. Did I have it out? No. See what stamps I've got in here. I've got some beautiful leaves, so why not use them? So I might use succulent, soft succulent for them. And for the envelope as well. Put those back out of there. And grab out, I don't think I've used these leaves. I might grab out this one. That looks pretty. I have a block here. Just have a little practice stamp. So I don't want to mess this up because I'm not using, this is thick white, so I'm not using an actual insert. So I'm going to try. There we go. I can hear music. Someone having a party, or is it coming from the hotel? Who knows? So let me clean that. Okay, so we've got our little card and our little matching box. And if it happens to be a Christmas one, I do have lots of cards I've made in these colourways. I'm trying to find my one I did earlier that I wasn't altogether happy with. So that would match as well if I wanted to. So that's the one I did earlier, and I felt like I needed a bit more. Or have I got the same? I've got the same, but it's just stronger because of this gold colour. Okay, so thanks everyone for watching. I hope I've inspired you to either create some birthday gifts or last minute Christmas gifts. Yeah, so enjoy your weekend and I'll see you next Friday.